Hello everyone. Bonjour. Aslema, we're super happy to be back with you all and so excited to see so many people connected already. On some places on Earth this is super early. On other places it's in the middle of the afternoon. So welcome, and I'd like to start by apologizing for the few minutes of delay. We've been having a few technical issues, also because we have an in-person event happening at the same time with actually people in 3D attending the meeting, like in pre-pandemic times. So these are very exciting times for us, and I'm very happy to have all of you here, and the whole organizing team is very excited to launch this MAIN 2021. I'm looking forward to 2 exciting days full of events. So this is the opening session where I'll just give you a brief overview of what to expect, and also some information, some practical details of how to navigate also through the platform and what to expect from the event. So as you know, MAIN stands for Montreal AI and Neuroscience, and although this started in Montreal, we're very happy to see that this is turning into an international and global event with attendees, as you will see, and speakers from many countries across the globe. Obviously, before we begin, I would like to make some territorial acknowledgements. So I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the University of Montreal, where I currently am and where the team is located on the unceded indigenous lands. The Kanya and Kihaka Nation is recognized as the custodians of the lands and waters on which we gather today. Tiohtià:ke, Montreal, is historically known as a gathering place for many First Nations. Today it is home to a diverse population of indigenous and other peoples. We respect the continued connections with the past, present and future in our ongoing relationships with indigenous and other peoples within the Montreal community. With this, I would like to welcome everybody here from all the countries that you're from. I'd also like to welcome all your languages and say welcome, marhaba, bienvenue. We're really excited to have you with us. As many of you know, MAIN has gone through a nice adventure. It started back in 2017 with roughly, we were not more than 250 participants, as you can see on this picture. This was 4 years ago. And it grew since. Last year we were over 2,000 attendees, and this year even more than that. So unique as is the center that is coordinating and organizing this event. So you might see the word unique come up on some of the slides across the conference. Unique stands for Unifying Neuroscience and AI in Quebec. This is a neuro-AI research cluster that seeks to bring scientists from neuroscience and AI together to explore the intersection between the 2 fields and hopefully have benefits for both fields through this interaction. It has also been organized since the very beginning in collaboration with another cluster called the Centre de Recherche Mathématique that has been also helping us organize MAIN since 2017. The goal of the unique center that organizes MAIN is to, as I said, explore the interactions between neuroscience and AI. So basically bringing biological intelligence, bridging the gap, I'd say, between biological intelligence and artificial intelligence, and looking into creating and stimulating a field that we're increasingly calling neuro-AI for the intersection between the 2. Okay, so back now to MAIN 2021. This is the reason why you are all here. What to expect? Well, very happy to say that we have 4 outstanding keynote lectures, 2 today and 2 tomorrow. We have 12 talks. We will have 4 fascinating panel discussions, I hope. We also have in-person activities in Montreal. This started already last week, actually, with an educational workshop on the 25th and 26th here in Montreal. We're also hosting an in-person watch party today and tomorrow. So as we speak here online, most of us are online, but we also have an amphitheater at the Centre de Recherche de l'Université de Montréal en gériatrie, CRIUG, where we are broadcasting this event live and where we have many attendees that are actually in the room watching us as we speak. There's another in-person social event happening tomorrow evening, November 30th, and you can find out more about that in the program. And if you are in Montreal, feel free to join us. Okay, the 4 keynote lectures for this year are Surya Ganguly, Alison Gopnik, Lucina Udin, and Jim DiCarlo. Jim DiCarlo and Surya will be talking today. Alison and Lucina will be talking tomorrow. I mentioned 4 panel discussions. So the first one is happening today at 11:30 Eastern Time. And we will have the pleasure to have the discussion with Jim DiCarlo, Irina Risch, Joshua Fogelstein, and Surya Ganguly. The panel in the afternoon, that's a panel dedicated to career paths in neuro AI, which is a very promising panel, and I think it's going to be fascinating and interesting for many of us. We'll have Raymond Chua, Jean-Baptiste Pauline, Haoteng Wang, and Irina Risch on that panel to discuss different paths and opportunities if you're in the neuro AI field, whether you're a student, an early career scientist, or an established researcher. Tomorrow's panel, the first one is a panel on consciousness and perception in brains and machines, with again a fascinating lineup here with Yoshua Bengio, Alison Gopnik, Neil Seth, and Dan Dennett. That's tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern Time. And the 4th panel of this event, and one that I'm particularly looking forward to, is one entitled Inspiring the Future, Activism, Advocacy, and Allyship in Neuro AI. And we'll have the pleasure to converse with Jordan Harrod, Ahmed El-Hadi, Lana James, and Jason Lewis. So throughout the event, if you have any doubts about what's going on or what's happening next, I'd recommend you always check the schedule on the website. So we have a schedule menu page where you can go and see. You can also find on the schedule, you also find direct links to the crowdcast session that is specific to each talk. So you can also use those. And it seems, again, thankfully, like last year, neuro AI is still generating a lot of excitement. We have, I made the slides yesterday, so it was 2,150. Now we're over 2,200 registrations. So we're very happy to see this. And just to give you an idea of the breakdown of the participants or the people attending so far, we're very happy to see that about a third, so that's 30% roughly, are PhD students who are now attending this event. 15% are master students and 13% postdoctoral fellows. And we have even 12% of undergraduate students, which is something we're particularly happy about, to see the new generation and the early students in their early stage of their career. As well as about 20% who are researchers and professors. And something that we are particularly excited to announce and share with you is that this year participants who have signed up come from more than 70 countries across the world. Most of them are from Canada, 33%, and then followed by the United States, Germany, France, and India. And you see here the list is very long, but we're very happy to see this diversity and to see that our events are reaching students and scientists and researchers across the globe. This is something we're particularly happy about. So at this point, I will encourage you, those who are already connected and who are following us now, just to say a little hi and tell us where you are connected from. So send us a hi or hello from Sweden, or hello from Tunisia, or hello from China, India, Argentina, wherever you're from, so that we can just see the diversity and welcome everybody to this event. As you can see here, this is the map that shows where people who have registered to this meeting are from, and it gives you an idea that there are still a few countries who have not heard yet about MAIN. We hope we can change this next year and have participants really from all countries. This is a nice picture that Mustafa, who is working with us, made yesterday that shows the distribution of the names, or the first names at least, of all the participants here. These are the most frequent names among the attendees of MAIN 2021. And now I'd like to give you a brief important instructions. First of all, finding the session link in Crowdcast is something that is useful to remind. At the top left of your screen, you can see scheduled session, 1 out of 25. So that's where, if you want, you can go click there on the top left and you can choose another session. If you connect later during the day and you're not sure if you're in the right session, you can go and find the session that you want. Another 2 important things to mention, there's the chat, so we do encourage you to use it, of course, respectfully. And also, there's also an Ask a Question tab that you can click on, and you can ask your questions. Those questions then can be upvoted by other participants, so that when we get to the Q&A session of each talk, the moderators or the chairs, they can see what questions have been upvoted by participants, and they can actually ask those questions first. So we do encourage you in all the talks to use this Ask a Question at the bottom of your screen and post your question there rather than posting it in the chat. That's very helpful for us. So, as I said, ask a question in the tab, and also do use the upvote function. If you see a question that you like and that you would like to hear the answer to, go ahead and click upvote so that it gets upvoted. Also, like last year, we are also live streaming on YouTube. So if you are facing any issues with Crowdcast, or if it gets slowed down because of the number of participants that are joining, or if there are any technical issues, you can always go to the live stream. You'll find the link to the YouTube live stream on our website, so the main2021.org website. Again, keep an eye on the website for any additional details. If there are any technical issues or information that we need to share with you, we'll make sure we update the website live. Just like we did last year, we also created a job board where positions and openings in different labs in the field of neuroscience and AI, in particular neuro AI, are being added to the job board. So if you're a student or a postdoc or a scientist looking for a position, feel free to go and browse what's there. And importantly, if you have an open position in your lab, or if you're seeking to hire students, please consider adding in the opportunity into that job board. It's easy to find, and it takes just a few seconds, even less than a minute, to add the position. We do have a code of conduct for this meeting. MAIN is committed to hosting this virtual conference in a safe, inclusive, and welcoming environment for everyone. Be considerate, respectful, and collaborative in speaking and listening and in using the chat. Any discrimination, intolerance, harassment, or aggression will absolutely not be tolerated, and the participant will be removed from the event if this occurs. On our website, we have a link, a page that describes the details of the code of conduct, and we encourage you to check it out. Also, like last year, we will have an angry panda that intervenes if some of these talks go over time. There will be an angry panda that will show up and tell the speaker that it's time to stop and leave some time for questions. Of course, I'm nearly done with this introduction. Just a few minutes to show you here. This is the amazing team, the organizing committee that has put this together. So I'll go through the names very quickly. Andrea Green, Guillaume Lajoie, Pierre Bellec, Jean-Marc Lina, Bratislav Misik, Irina Risch, Danielle Naden, myself, and Josefina Rossell, who's our coordinator, and she has been really very helpful for this event, so has everybody on this panel. Also, super excited to share with you here the people that actually make the magic happen. This is our logistics organization dream team. Charlotte Maschke, Laura Suarez, Pravish Steinat, François Pogam, Marie-Ève Picard, Teresa Visna, Andrea Prou, Mostafa Sharifzadeh, Nazanin Sepavand, and Mandana Samir. I'd also want to thank the organizers and the instructors of the educational workshop that happened on Thursday and Friday last week. Pierre Bellec, Julie Boyle, Émilie Dussureau, Jérôme Dox, Nikhil Bagwat, François Pogam, Shima Rastegarinia, Pravish Sainat, I think I've cited him, yes, and Hao Ting Wan. So thanks so much. The event was a huge success. So I really would like, on behalf of the whole team, to thank them for this great educational workshop. Jean-Baptiste Pauline, I think I mentioned also. Yes, Jean-Baptiste also. Okay, so obviously, just before we kick off, I would like to mention that MAIN is organized by UNIQUE, and UNIQUE is supported by the FRQNT and important research initiatives and partners, including IVADO, Healthy Brains for Healthy Lives, and Neuromod. We are thankful also to the constant support of Dr. Marie-Josée Hébert, Vice Director of Research at the University of Montreal, Dr. Frédéric Bouchard, Dr. Yves Joannette, and Dr. Michel Macqueral. And now, I hope I've not taken up too much of my time, also because we started late. This is the very special moment every year that we get to say this. You may have attended many meetings this year, but this is the main one. So we're happy to share this event with you. And without any further ado, I'd say let the Neuro AI fun begin. And with this, I will hand it over and stop sharing my screen. And now we will have the co-chairs of the first session that will be joining us, Paul Chizek and Andrea Green, to introduce our first speaker of MAIN 2021. Thanks again to everyone for tuning in, and we're looking forward to sharing this great event with all of you.